Alright guys, good morning. If you can tell behind me, I'm out here at Poplar Tree Lake today, and I'm still without a truck. I'm still in a rental car, so I'm trying to find places I can bank fish, and Poplar Tree's got a lot of bank that I can cover without needing a boat. They rent boats, but I'm just going to bank fish just to try it, see what's going on. I just randomly picked this spot for today, and I drove up right in the middle of a race. There's like a 10K race out here today. You can see all the people in the background running up and down the dam and around the park. But I've already caught a couple fish. They're hitting top water pretty good. I'm gonna see how long that lasts. It's pretty windy, so I apologize up front for the sound. But I'm gonna switch baits here in a little bit and see if something else will kick in. But if the frog bite's going, I'm gonna stick with it because it's fun. Who doesn't like a frog bite? But stay with me. We'll see what we get. Man, first cast. First cast and I got a fish. That's a good sign. Man, he ran all in the grass. Man. Looks like the frog bite's gonna be on. You guys can see that. Not a bad way to start the morning. That means there should be bass in here, but I can see some of the grass on the bank. There's been a lot of fishing pressure right here. Hopefully they're pan fishermen and not necessarily bass fishermen. Not a very big guy, but anything on a topwater frog is fun. Alright guys, the race seems to be pretty much over, or at least dying down, so I can come down here and fish the bank I wanted to first thing this morning. I wanted to fish down these rocks. Water is really low. Oh man, I was not ready for that one, and he hit hard too. Dang. Well, at least I know the fish are still on top water. Got him that time. Got him in the bottom. Not a bad fish. See, that cove I just left had no fish on it. Like not even a nibble. I come around here, cast a few times and have 2 fish. Key is to make long casts. So I'm getting to the fish that I haven't spooked yet. Got him that time. He's still swimming, but you're not going anywhere. Nice fish. Not a big one. Anytime you catch one on a frog, it's a good one though. Well, these fish are a bit scattered. But they are That's the main thing. Ooh, man, that fish jumped all the way out of the water to get it. Wow. Caught him on the bottom too. What's up with catching the fish in the bottom? Real light colored fish. Pretty long and skinny though. You see that fish jumped all the way out. Very aggressive. That's what I like to see. A fish that's hungry. Fish that's hungry. Ooh. See, casting in that wind just gets you all kind of messed up. It's something that comes along with frog fishing. If you're going to try to do it in the wind, it's not the best conditions to throw a frog in, but when they're biting it, it's hard to throw anything else. You saw how aggressive that fish right there was. I can probably catch some on a lipless or a spinnerbait, but man, if they're going to bite a frog, it's hard to not love that. Let's catch another one. There he was. Ooh-wee. This is a better fish than the last couple anyway. He's no brute, but he's no tiny one either. Now that is a healthy fish. Most of these have been just janky, but he's got a little head for such a thick body. I like it. It's about 1.5 pounds. Try this way out. See if there's some fish way out that want to bite. Way out, he's right up here. Pretty fish. There he was. Not a bad little fish. Alright guys, just for the sake of curiosity, while I'm in some fish, catching them on this frog, I'm going to throw this spinnerbait just so I'll know if these fish will bite this or not in this lake. I've never really had a lot of luck on a spinnerbait at Poplar Tree, but I don't usually fish this lake this time of year, so I don't really have any information to base it off of whether or not they'll bite this thing here. I'm going to throw it a few times just to see. There he was. Look at that. I think I just got proven that it is a good bait in the fall at Poplar Tree. I just threw that frog through there, and I had that one fish right there, but I couldn't get another bite, and the spinnerbait just drug him out. Hey man, I'm all right with that. Let's see if we can't make that happen again. I caught one that way, and let's turn around into this freaking wind this way. It's gonna be a little noisy, but ooh, got a fish immediately. Hey man. Ooh, I tore a big hole in his mouth. This fish was way too small to bite a bait that big. That's that booyah. That's a good distance off the bank right there. That's perfect. That should have a fish. Nope. Oh, yeah, it was. Look at him go. You gonna jump again? Spinnerbait does it again. They got my skirt all janked up. Telling you, a spinnerbait and a frog in October are two of the deadliest baits you can throw. Let's see if we can't get another one on that same cast. Yep, right in the same spot too. A little better fish than that last one. Not much bigger, but bigger for sure. I can feel the weight difference on the rod. Well, there he is. Straggler. Ooh. Not a bad one. Oh man, that fish nailed it. That's a thick fish. It might be, well, it's one of the bigger fish of the day. I caught about 3 or 4 about that size. They're not very big, pound and a half. They're pretty. The spinnerbait's definitely picking off some bigger fish. Oh, I got him immediately. Oh, wow. Look at this fish, would you? Not a bad fish, and he's a jumper. I mean, I didn't even get a real full crank in on that one, and he was already on there. Spinnerbait's definitely pulling out better quality fish than that frog. But who doesn't like a frog blow up, you know it? There he was. Ooh, man. That's a good fish when I'm dragging in all the bushes with him. Still a good fish. But I did drag the bushes in with him. Well, that's dinner for two for you vegans and your husbands. Pretty fish. There he is. Ooh, decent fish too. Let's see if we can come up. Well, he felt like a more decent fish than that, but white colored. All right, guys, I'm back in the rental car. If you couldn't tell, I'm still in a rental. So I can't get my boat out, can't get to my deer hunting spots. Well, some of my deer hunting spots. I got to some of them in the rental car, so I hope they don't mind me getting the car a little muddy. But I went to Poplar Tree today just to have somewhere where I can fish off the bank. The wind was blowing like 12, 15 miles an hour, and it was just too much for a boat if you were to paddle it. They rent those little paddle boats out there, but I wasn't going to fight the wind. I didn't know there was going to be a race. There was a million people out there. Every parking lot was full. They had a 10K race, a big race, and which was kind of cool because, you know, they had little cheer squads out there, and every now and then you hear a bunch of people woo screaming. And it just so happened to be on a couple of times when I was catching fish, and I was like, oh man, they cheered for me. So, you know, I kind of thought, you know, I got my own cheer squad for me bass fishing, like I'm on a bass trail or something. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video, and hopefully I'll be back on some fish or on some deer or something next weekend. We'll see. Trying to figure out what they're going to do with my truck so I can figure out where I can go and what I can do. But I'll catch you guys on the next one.